Good evening. Okay, board president provides members of the audience that may address the board regarding agenda items after the approval of the minutes. Only those members whose names and addresses are listed on the sign sheet available prior to the start of the meeting will be recognized for any business. The chairman will limit discussions of any item by the public to 3 minutes in order for the board to expeditiously conduct its business. Superintendent's report.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Before I get up, I'm going to ask everybody to be a little bit patient because we are going to, we'll move as quickly as we can, but tonight is going to be what I think, and I love about these meetings, we should be showcasing our students. We're going to see some from the performing arts and the art world, the extracurricular academic world, our Booster Club athletics, and our athletic world, and also we're going to hear about an exciting new academic program. So without further ado, I would ask Dr. Rob Lotto to come to the podium, and he's going to introduce to us our all-county music participants for this year. Thank you, Dr. Lotto.
Thank you, Mr. Gilman. Let me give a little bit of a background so we all understand what our all-county students have done. Many of us that are involved in music understand that our students can participate in this month, and they can perform at a level 1 through 6. And they have an opportunity to go to SCMEA. SCMEA is an organization that allows our students to participate in the best of Suffolk County. All County is a representation of the students that perform what I would call at a college level. If you go to college, or when you go to college for performing music, you're expected to put on an hour performance, and you are expected to perform with an accompanist to showcase the fact that not only can you perform your instrument, but you can perform your instrument with somebody else and maintain an ongoing performance. The children that I'm going to mention today went at an all-state level, and these children have the opportunity to go into all-state, or all-eastern, or all-national. It is a very, very high recognition. These are the students that would be called the all-stars of our music department, and I'm going to list their names here. So we have Zachary Schulman, Elizabeth Hillman, Michael Stevens, Kevin Jacobson, Richard Hughes, Kurt Aida, Roy Anderson, Amanda Baronet, Sarah Bloom, Michael Krebs, Vincenzo Vigiate, Sarah Rapuzzi, Michael Stevens, Brittany Burke, Kendra Canavan, Jillian Finn, Sabrina Granino, Samantha Smith, Nicole Hum, Skylar Pepitone, and Devin Phillippe. So I want to give a round of applause to all those students. And of course, we cannot go without recognizing the parents. It is a time when the parents stand level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, level 6. They go all-state level, and they're sitting outside in the living room listening to them perform over and over and over again. And they keep missing that E natural, and they keep missing the E natural, and finally you come out, you go, why did that sound wrong? Well, I finally hit the E natural. And finally, they understand how they're sitting outside that room, grinding their teeth, waiting to get going. So the parents went through just as much stress as the students do. So I think the parents deserve a round of applause as well. What we would like to do is we have a certificate for each of those students. So we ask that all of the students come on up, and Mr. Dolan and I will have certificates. We'll take a picture. Did you want to take a picture with the parents as well, Mr. Dolan? No? Okay, so this is good. All right. So we'll just get all the students up here. So I'll listen again. Come on up. Zachary Schulman, Elizabeth Hillman, Michael Stevens, Kevin Jacobson, Richard Hughes, Kurt Aida, Roy Anderson, Amanda Baronet, Sarah Bloom, Michael Krebs, Vincenzo Vigiate, Sarah Rapuzzi, Brittany Burke, Kendra Canavan, Jillian Finn, Sabrina Granino, Samantha Smith, Nicole Hum, Skylar Pepitone, and Devin Phillippe. So let's give a round of applause one more time. Thank you.
All right, next, what I'd like to do is I'd like to call up Ms. Patricia Lester. And she's here with a very interesting group. I met Ms. Lester last year. I was wandering around the high school one Saturday morning. Because it is actually a lot of fun to wander into school on weekends, especially in high school, because there's always something going on. And I saw a wonderful group of young men and women working very hard, and a teacher being what a true teacher should be. We go up to the side, making sure that nothing silly is going to happen out of the wood. And she got a little startled, because I keep forgetting that I am a superintendent of schools, not just a guy that likes watching kids learn and watching teachers and parents and everybody work together. And of course, she's out training everybody, got all the fancy stuff, the superintendent after walk in. And I said, "Come on, you trust what are you doing?" She said, "I'm a mock trial teacher, I'm a mock trial advisor." And it is a wonderful club that does wonderful things. I'm not going to tell you the mock trial story gives away, but I want to give Ms. Lester a chance to explain a little bit about the competitions they are in. And remember what lawyers do. They look to advocate for people, and they look to try to find justice. So it's a great truth. I'm glad I bumped into them that day. They were very kind to me, and now let's give Ms. Lester a nice round of applause.
Thank you so much for having us here tonight. We wouldn't be able to do what we do without the support of the board and the community, and just like with the music parents, the mock trial parents are driving the kids here at 8 o'clock on Saturday mornings and picking them up late at night, at midnight, coming back from the tournament. So the parents and the community make this all happen. What mock trial is a competition based on law. The students are given a fictional but realistic problem from either the New York State Bar Association or, as we did in the fall, from the Empire World Mock Trial Tournament. And what the kids need to do is analyze that problem just the way lawyers would, and then get up in front of a sitting judge and put on a trial. Opening statements, arguments, objections, direct examinations, cross-examinations, and it's not a scripted activity. The kids learn the information, but then they have to get up and they're thinking on their feet. And so we have students who are lawyers, and then we have students who are witnesses. And we face another school. So, for example, EI might be the prosecution one week, and the next week they're the defense. And the other school that we're facing is playing the other side. And then we get a verdict in the end. So it's just like, if you like Law and Order, you should be checking out mock trial. We had the opportunity to participate in the Empire World Mock Trial Tournament back in November. There were 40 schools from all over the world, including Ireland, Hong Kong, where else? All sorts of places, England, and from all over the United States. And we were one of 2 schools from New York that were invited to participate. And out of the 700 participants, they voted our school, East Islip students, as the spirit of Empire. And what that meant was that our team showed the most professionalism and the highest standard of ethics and friendliness and true fair play. And, in 20 years, if they don't remember the federal rules of evidence on hearsay, that's okay. But if they remember to be good people and to always stand up for what's right and to always be fair, I know I've done my job. So we couldn't be prouder of our mock trial team. I'd like to ask them to come up now. Jessica Nura, Josh Tourette's, Stephen Alvin Jr., Kristen Thomason, Christine Shea, Elise Delaney, Megan Wong. Anna Lizzie. Madison Lane. Patty Rodenhoff. Emma McGaw. And Tyler Perkins.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a side note, or two side notes. This is acting as an attorney, so when we get your resume together, we can help you get a job. They're not really like that. But I just realized something. I live in a block in the neighborhood, kids grow up. Little girl down the street, for me, is not a little girl anymore, she just started high school. Very quiet, very shy. It's always been, I finally did say the one day, good ask her to talk, because the way yesterday to talk, less I know she is. But I saw her the other day, she was walking home from the store, and I was out front with my son, who's a year older than her. I said, hey, Sarah, how you doing? And very quiet, she said, oh, good, it's gone. I said, how's high school? She goes, it's really neat. If you're on the Friday thing, I just realized, I looked at my son, I said, Maddie, why don't you try that? Because Maddie said, something else, try that. And, but he did tell me the other day, and he was, Dad, I might go with Sarah to the next meeting. So you never know what connections might take place. So if this is the message there, I think there's a theme here. We have musicians that work very hard to make the world a better place. We have attorneys that want to be honest and fair, and that's what's really most important. The next two people, we had the 5K Booster Club, the Stafford Booster Club 5K, and we had two winners, and they're both students. The top female runner is Hannah Small, and the top male runner is Zachary Rivera. I didn't know Bob was in the audience. I was going to turn over Bob in a minute, but I do want to give a special thanks to Mrs. Zachary, Chris's wife, who ran the race, actually organized the race. I had the great privilege of riding the bike that they chased, and I can tell you, they both made me work hard. I don't know how to pedal so hard in my life. But these two this young man and young lady worked extremely hard that day. But what I loved about it was, at the end of the race, they all gathered around and cheered on the people coming from behind. And I think when this is done, we take a picture, I think we should stand up to the stage for a minute. But I want to make a picture.
All right, I want to thank these two guys. You know, the Booster Club tries to do as much as we can, whenever we can, for all our student athletes in the school district. Whether it's middle school, high school, or whatever, we're always there for one of our best, most fun events is the Record 5K. And this is the first year that both the male and female winners were our students, and we couldn't be prouder of you guys. And thanks to Mr. Zachary for letting me know about this today. your runs and the newspaper and music because they blew everybody else away. Congratulations.
I do apologize, Doctor. The nice thing is you get an early start on the superintendent search tonight for that. I just want to say a quick word about Bob. Maybe not so quick, but Bob has been the president of the Booster Club since I was in high school. And seriously, Bob's daughter graduated high school like 7 years ago, 2010. Bob has seen us through good times, Bob has seen us through bad times. Bob wants to continue to work with Booster Club, but this is the thing that we need, and we're making an appeal. We are looking to that, especially down the elementary level, time goes fast. I've been here a short time, but I have spent a lot of time with Bob, because he's everywhere. This run is great. For those of you that have not been down here, it is a lot of fun, and I will tell you, I've lived in Oakdale for 20 years. And it's only in the last year that I realized how beautiful Hutchins State Park is. Sometimes you miss the beauty that's right under your nose. Bob has expressed an interest in becoming an advisor to the Booster Club. Go on the website, see what the meetings are. We are looking to bring in fresh ideas. Bob is willing to help you learn. It's very intimidating to try to follow in Bob's footsteps. Okay? But if we want to continue, because Booster Club is an organization that's simply like EI Max, PTA, they give Accepto, they give back to our kids. And so, ladies and gentlemen, if nothing else, this run was wonderful, but what Bob has, his kids teach us, get up every morning, keep running. If you are better at sunset than you are at sunrise, you've had a great day. Bob has done a lot for the kids of this district, and he deserves a huge round of applause. All right, last but not least, this one's going to go in a little bit different direction. Because what you want to do is you want to tie it all together, Scholar Athletes Championship. I'm going to ask Mr. Steve to come up right now, and I'm going to ask Mr. Sal Champion Jr. to come up right now. Steve's athletic director, Sal Boston football coach. Let's give them a nice round of applause. Over Coach Champion. I just want to tell you something. Before I got here, I learned a lot about Coach Champion. I learned a lot about Coach Champion. The Champion family's been in this district for almost 50 years. Given an awful lot of time and effort, and there's a lot of time they're waiting from the families so that senior and junior could help children in this district. But, I don't know what it would be like. I love my dad, but I wouldn't want to follow his footsteps. No, seriously, because he cut me after you want to cut your own path. But it's very difficult, especially when your father had a lot of success in what he does. Because remember, it's about finding your passion. But I heard a lot about Sal. And, football is a very interesting game. And the first time I saw him on Saturday afternoon, I was like, oh boy. Interesting. But let me tell you, what you see on Saturday afternoon is not what you see during the summer when he is here at 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning. It's not what you see in the afternoon when we're practicing. Sal doesn't talk about it, but Sal is the youngest coach in the 100 games in Suffolk County District. I can tell Sal has a chance to do something that's almost undoable this year, and that is win 300 games if he chooses. But I would say this, very good time at Sal Champion Jr. was in the cafeteria at the high school, and he was setting up the regions. The teachers come in all shapes and sizes, but I'm looking at this guy, I'm like, he's all excited about setting up the regions. I go, who is that guy? Because he knows, as far as social studies goes, the Regents is their Super Bowl. And again, teachers come in all different shapes, in all different sizes, and you have to learn, once you get along with it, it's easy. Once you don't get along with it, that's where you really learn, you have to learn how to get along. But what I've seen from Sal since I've been here is not what I see on Saturday afternoon. When it's a tough game. It can be a violent game. It can be a dangerous game. When you go outside to the practices and I stand on the side and look and they let me get kind enough to watch sometimes. Sometimes I'm watching when I'm at the soccer. Sometimes I see a man who's organized. He has excellent assistant coaches. And they very simply do what all our successful musicians and all our successful students and all our successful, club members know. Get up early, roll up your sleeves, work hard all day, be the first one there and be the last one to leave. And I think that's the mentality of these high schools. Work hard, get up in the morning, work hard all day, be better at sunset than you were at sunrise. And, what struck me was, our football team has been, and everything is equally important. But when you've been to the pinnacle, you've been to the county championship 10 years in a row, I don't know anybody else has ever done that. I know Mr. Paul Longo very well, and he's a very successful coach, but he's never done it. I don't think there's a coach that's been to the county championship 10 years in a row, to the best of my knowledge. So I think Sal's going to have some interesting things to say to you tonight that have absolutely nothing to do with football, but to be fine as to why they're successful. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you're not smart, and if you don't apply and smart doesn't always mean you get straight A's. If you don't use brain power, you're not successful. So let's give our Suffolk County head football championship football coach, who's been there 10 years in a row, nice round of applause.
Thank you, Mr. Dole, and thank you, the board, for having us tonight. Just to give you a little information about these guys and what they've really been through over the past year, exactly what they've achieved. Most people wouldn't know that we begin our off-season program every year the Monday after Thanksgiving. And we go these 4 days a week. We come in kids come in during the Christmas break, they come in during the February break, they come in during the spring break, and they come in 4 days a week in the summer. This year, we play Long Island Championship game on Thanksgiving weekend, which means their year basically lasts a full calendar. And why that's important is because I believe that it's kids why they got to where they got to. Well, part of the reason. The other reason is this. With all we ask them to do, it's a little bit about what these guys have achieved, not just on the field, but everybody knows about on the field what they've done. You can read that in the paper, see that on TV. But the 41 players that we had on the team this year, we have 24 that are enrolled in honors and AP classes. We have 2 students on the team that will graduate in the top 4 of the team class. On National Signing Day, which will be the first week in February, our seniors combined in both, once it's all put together, both academic and athletic scholarship money, or earned over $500,000 in scholarships. And that's ultimately why we're really doing what we're doing. It's breaking the games. That's always the goal. But if they can manage that schedule and still perform the way they do in the classroom and go through an entire football season and not have one guy, which is unique, appear on the discipline report, it's a pretty special group. I've had a lot of teams that have had a lot of success. I've never had a group that's as well-rounded, as a good group of guys as they are, and universally liked and respected in school by everyone, by their peers and by their teachers. And that's probably the biggest reason that they had success that they had this year. And I think that's important to realize. And I can tell you about stats, I can tell you about honors, but that's the biggest reason why they had the success they had this year. and I want to congratulate them. And guys, why don't you come up, take a picture of it? Guys, some of you guys are just fine. Guys, some of you guys, why don't some of you guys come to the front? You guys squeeze in there.
Another thing is that musicians have to go practice. Off-trial people are going over their transcripts and the athletes going over the details going over the radio and they're all over the horn. Like, if you want to move up, you're 26 in front. But in all seriousness, this is what it's all about. These things, following their passion, but guys, thank you very much for coming. In all seriousness, we touched on everything here tonight. And there is something in these high steps for every child. And I think that's what's important. Nothing is more important than, no one thing is more important than another. Children should be able to find a passion. And an interesting thing, the only thing that these kids have in common, not the only thing, many of them, ironically, I see athletes in concerts, I see musicians on the field, I see Mount Trial people all over, I see club folks. The work ethic, the good strong work ethic. My parent once said to me, I'm worried a child's doing too much. And my answer to that parent several years ago was, you should be worried if you're not doing enough. And along those lines, I think before we bring up someone who's going to really speak to the heart and soul and the core of what we do, we have two ladies videotaping today. Catherine, I'm going to say this way, Catherine Bingham. Are you over there, Catherine? Catherine's an 11th grade and loves video production. And Kim Halliday, 11th grade. And Kim said something that I think this is a great witness, a great segue over to Mrs. Jones and some exciting things that are going on in science. You know what Kim said? And this is beautiful because it includes everybody. I really like the staff here. And think about that. I really like the staff here. You know, when kids are comfortable and kids feel safe, whether it's home with their parents or in school, that's when real learning takes place. So I'm going to go with thank you, Catherine, thank you, Kim, for being here. And Catherine, I'm glad you have a goal in video production. You're going to be able to do a job with the next year. Happy with that. And the fact that Kim really likes to stay up here, let's bring up Mrs. Anna Jones, who's going to talk to us about some exciting new things on the science department.
Thank you very much for allowing me to speak tonight to discuss briefly two initiatives that we have. One for the science department and one for the math department. Tonight's goals, to be brief, as I was asked to be, to share with you a science pathway initiative to review the current pathway and introduce a new pathway that is really going to maximize course selection opportunities for all of our students. In addition to that, in the math department, a computer programming initiative, just going to review with you briefly the importance of introducing computer science and computer programming to our students, and a new opportunity course called AP Computer Science Principles. So why are these initiatives so important for our students in East Islip? Really, the bottom line, it's our responsibility to prepare our students to be college and career ready, and these two initiatives certainly do that. And to use the expression that we have heard so often now from Mr. Dolan, we want our students to get the best possible, and these two initiatives will certainly do that. The current science pathway that we have right now for our accelerated students in 8th grade offers them an opportunity to take earth science. That proceeds with algebra, and the prerequisite for those two courses is Math 7 Accelerated. We looked at the data from about the past 5 years, and on average, we have about 30% of our students who are accelerated in 8th grade, and they are all and have been extremely successful. What we've been dialoguing about, this is what it looks like on our flow chart. You can see on your left-hand side, and I know it's maybe a little bit tricky to see, that's our accelerated pathway, and you can see towards the bottom that they have a variety of AP courses that they can take, as well as electives. In the center, some of you may have been there last year with Dr. Anderson and I presented on the capstone program, another opportunity for our students to take. So what we're looking at doing is just changing this flow chart slightly by offering our students living environments in 8th grade. It takes away that whole seating with math, so therefore they don't have to have that prerequisite of 7 accelerated math. So our feeling is, we've had several committee meetings where we discussed this, is that we will be able to increase that percentage of students that have that accelerated opportunity in 8th grade. And still maintain the level of success that we have managed to have our students rise to over the past several years. So then when they get up into the high school, they will take more AP courses in sciences, more AP courses really across the board, because they will have already taken a first Regents course in 8th grade. So living in Carver in 8th grade really, just to sum it up, allows more students to take higher level coursework. That was just really a very quick overview of what we've been talking about. Mr. Bernard and I will be hosting a parent night in February, on February 13th, at 6:45 in the middle school auditorium. And something we'll certainly talk informally about that. We'll get into more details about the data that we looked at, and what the other grade level coursework to look like, the conversations that we've had with the staff about it, so on and so forth. The second thing I wanted to speak briefly with you about tonight is the world of computer programming. I had to, I would have failed any course on PowerPoint 101 if I had left all the slides with all the sentences on them that I had originally prepared, because there is just so much to say in the research that I was doing about the value and importance of learning coding and understanding the world of computer programming in this day and age. Just, to hit the point home, some of them in researching some websites that are known to have information about computer science and computer programming, one of them being Glassdoor. Top 25 lucrative in-demand jobs, more than half of them require computer programming skills. When you start to really dive into this, you realize that there are a large variety of computer programming languages. So as a school in charge of educating children to be college and career ready, how do you even know where to begin? This is the kind of dialogue that we've been having with the computer science teachers in the high school. And as I was researching to prepare, I was reading something on Indeed.com where they list the most in-demand programming languages, two of them including Java and Python. So what does that mean here in these types of, and what are we doing about it? Well, I can share with you a little bit about the languages, and our students are experiencing these languages, and I'll explain to you how. Java, if you don't know anything about it, just to kind of hit the point home, 9 million developers running 7 billion devices worldwide. When you think about it, this is a large majority of what we do now and rely on, whether it's your phone, shopping on your phone, shopping on your computer, doing work, running a business, a large business, a small business. Examples, Netflix, Amazon, LinkedIn, all run by the language of Java. Python now recently bumped Java as a language of choice with 8 top 10 computer science departments, 27 of the top 39 colleges and universities, all running programs teaching the students Python. PBS and NASA use Python for their websites. In East Islip, what we're looking to do is really offer experiences for our students where they get exposure to these types of languages. We start with the support of the teachers and principals on the elementary level. All 4 buildings in some way, shape, or form this year in December participated in the Hour of Code. We had high school computer programming students go down to the 3 to 5 buildings and work with the 5th graders to teach them, not so much by sitting at a computer, but either with a pen and paper or doing some type of dance move or some type of maze project, what coding really looks like. We had middle school students participate in the Hour of Code. We had over 200 middle school students because of their teachers taking time to respond to an invitation by our high school teachers, took their students over to the high school and sat with the high school programming students to experience some of that programming, sitting side by side in the high school computer lab. To enhance our high school experience further, what we're looking to do is add a second course that we have up there, Intro to computer programming, we have had. AP Computer Science A, we have had. That course runs on Java, that comes from the College Board. And Honors Computer Science B, which continues that Java experience, we have had. That used to actually be an AP course, but we have kept it here for our very advanced students, and we do have students take that course here every year. A new course from the College Board is the AP Computer Science Principles. The course was just rolled out by the College Board, I believe last year. There are a few school districts on Long Island that are fortunate to have it running this year, and we are looking to open up that course to our students here in East Islip. And part of the thought process is that we would introduce some of these other languages, for example, Python, into that program for our kids to get maximum exposure to these types of things. I have to mention that all of this computer science work, going down to the elementary school, the high school students being invited over to the middle school, the desire to go to the AP Summer Institute, two teachers, Ray Lilly and Denise Siebert, who are our computer programming teachers currently over at the high school, are really the cheerleaders behind this whole thing, and I have to give them all of the credit. They came to be enthusiastic about each one of those endeavors over the past 2 years. So I thank them, and I thank you for giving me the time to speak to you about it.
One of the things, there are a number of things that strike me right now, but just so we're all on the same page, the very first slide said at the bottom, get the best diploma possible. And the last 15 years, 16 years, I've done this constantly because they think that there's a title at the name of the tech group. No. The only person who knows what's the best, I wouldn't say only, but the person who knows what the best diploma possible is really the child, because it's their education. And we need to encourage them, and we need to expose them to things. But one of the things we have to get used to, and this did help me about 10 years ago, I had a young man who wanted to go into one of the trade unions, and I happened to have a good friend who I grew up with, who was a business agent in the trade union. And I pulled him up and said, Bobby, I got this great kid. And how can we help him? And his response was, no, I was great. Because it's no longer a K-12 experience, it's a K-14 or K-16 year experience. He said, John, if we hire him, we're going to put him in a 5-year apprenticeship program, and we're going to teach him how to do the job right. And when I hear people tell me, not every kid is going to go to college, no, they're not. But they are going to go into some kind of post-training at high school. Just think about it. I have another good friend who left high school, went right out to the police force. He was thrilled. He really didn't think it all through. His idea was he was going to be a police officer for 20 years, retired, get a pension, and said, no. He didn't factor in getting married, buying a house, and having kids. Changed his whole thought process. He's a little annoyed about it, but he's doing all right. I look at my own son right now, who is considering being a police officer, and I'm very proud of it, and I think he could be, he gets the right mentorship with a police officer, a good police officer. But my good friend, and as much as I joke around, I'm really not that old, walked out of high school and went to the police force, did very well. What my son is being told by the people he's asked is stay in school, get as much education as you can, learn to read, learn to write, learn to think, take police tests. Because the more you have behind you, whether it's formal college type education or it is an apprenticeship program, it's going to make you better in the future. And so the mantra is now simply get the best diploma possible. What does that mean? It depends on the child. How do we figure it out? That's parents working with guidance counselors and teachers to figure it out. Some school districts provide as many opportunities as they can for kids so they have choices. So I will tell you this, reading, writing, thinking, reading, writing, and the basics have to come first. Because high school is no longer the end of the line. They are going to go somewhere, And we want our kids, the better they can read, the better they can write, the better they can think, and they don't all have to be perfect, and they don't all have to get straight A's. But the better they can do those things, then the better butchers, bakers, candlestick makers, doctors, lawyers, iron workers, police officers, you name it. And you saw it here today, our kids are learning how to work hard, they're learning how to put in long hours, they're learning how to find their passion. Music trains their brain rate, athletics helps them with better teammates, mock trial teaches them to be fair. But we have to, the mantra has to be, get the best diploma possible. And then, whatever the individual child needs, we support it. All right? So thank you, back to you, Mrs. Zachary.
Is that all we got? Maria, we're going to start moving the superintendent's report for 3 minutes. Be resolved, Board of Education, upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, approves the regular business meeting minutes of December 5th, 2016. Make a motion.
Motion. Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Be resolved, the Board of Education, upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, approves the regular business meeting minutes of December 8th, 2016. Can I get a motion?
Motion. Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Be resolved, the Board of Education, upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, approves the special business meeting minutes of December 12th, 2016. Can I get a motion?
Motion. Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Rich, can you see if my voice being recorded? It's not on there. Yeah.
Be resolved, the Board of Education, upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, approves the special business meeting minutes of January 5th, 2017. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Discussion. All
I
in
have to abstain over the meeting.
all in favor?
Aye.
Are there any public comments on the agenda items? Agenda items only. Anyone? Be resolved, pursuant to the provisions of Education Law, Section 913, that the tenured teacher assistant under 16000 discussed in executive session on January 12, 2017, being hereby directed to report for medical and psychological examination before Dr. Eugene Robert Desillo, who is hereby designated as an additional medical psychological inspector of the district for this purpose at his office at 718 Long Island Avenue, Deer Park, New York, 1729, on January 23, 2017 at 4:45 p.m. and/or at any adjourned subsequent dates for the purpose of ascertaining whether the employee is fit to perform his duties and responsibilities of said employee position, and it is hereby further be resolved that said employee be and is hereby directed to produce at said examination any and all medical records related to the employee's physical and mental health status within the last 3 years. I get a motion.
Motion. Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Be resolved, pursuant to the provisions of Education Law, Section 913, that the tenured teacher number 10930 discussed in executive session on January 12, 2017, being hereby directed to report for medical or psychological examination for Dr. Eugene Robert Desillo, who is hereby designated as additional medical psychological inspector of the school district for this purpose at his office at 17 Long Island Avenue, Deer Park, New York, 1729, on January 23, 2017 at 6:15 p.m. At work, at any adjourned subsequent dates for the purpose of ascertaining whether the employee is fit to perform the duties and responsibilities of said employee's position. And is hereby further resolved that said employee be is hereby directed to produce at said examination any medical records related to his employee's physical and mental health status in the last 3 years. Any motion?
Motion. Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Be Be resolved that the Board of Education of the East Essex Union Free School District hereby approves a certain First Amendment to the salary and benefits agreement from Mark De Silva from the Board of Education dated January 12, 2017, and herewith authorizes the President of the Board of Education to execute said First Amendment on behalf of the Board of Education. Is there a motion?
Motion. Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Be resolved that the Board of Education approves the following: approval for legal defense and indemnification for district employees and former employees. Whereas in accordance with Education Law Section 3811 and the Public Offices Law Section 18, East Essex Union Free School District, aka East Essex School District, East Essex Middle School, Superintendent of Schools John B. Dolan, Assistant Superintendent Elise Santa, and staff members Mark DeMar, Jason Stanton, and Nicholas Valado, concerning the timely written request for legal defense and indemnification in an action which was served on the school district on December 21st, 2016, in which each their name and whereas there were allegations in the legal action arising from the performance of the reference employees' duties and responsibilities within the scope of their employment. And now therefore be resolved that the Board of Education of East Essex Union Free School District hereby agrees to defend and identify the individuals identified above and counsel law firm of Civil and Associates representing individuals identified above, in addition to the school district and the above references. Motion.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Be resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education approves the resignations, terminations, leaves of absence, position abolition, employment appointments, tenure appointments, and salary changes in accordance with applicable provisions of education law and civil service law as cited in certified personnel attachment. Give a motion.
Motion. Second.
Second.
I'd like to take a moment just now to recognize Mr. John Reynolds in the back. John just received tenure. Congratulations. He shared this upstairs before John's here with his family. He's got his father, grandmother, his wife, his brother. I probably left somebody out. I apologize. But the last thing I said to John after we had our tenure meeting was, go home, talk to your support group, because, tenure is a vital part of what we do, and it's very important that we want to give it to the best and the brightest. And but John, kids aren't going to change, and you have the same love and passion today that 30 years from now. He bounced into my office a couple of days later, big smile on his face, and said, "Mrs. Dolan, I'm glad I earned it, and I want to be here." And that's huge. And I've had the distinct privilege over the last year and a half. I've seen John in numerous places. I've seen him out in the athletic field, in the gymnasium, and in the classroom. He's taught at the high school, middle school, and what I can say is he brings a kindness and compassion and a high level of professionalism. He prepares well, and the secret to success in a career is, as we told the kids, work hard, prepare well, and you'll be successful. So John, you earned it. Congratulations. Welcome to the East High School family.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Congratulations. Be resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education approves the resignations, terminations, leaves of absence, position abolitions, employment appointments, tenure appointments, and salary changes in accordance with applicable provisions of education law and civil service law as cited in the non-certified personnel attachment. Take a motion.
Motion. Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
I would like to take a moment right now to acknowledge Susan Scott. Susan here? Hey, sorry Susan, the glasses have to go up, not down. But Susan's been with us in a number of capacities, both in the instructional and custodial end. She's been appointed as custodial one, and again, as part of what we do, our custodial, clerical, security, support staff, cafeteria ladies are role models and examples to our kids. And there are kids sitting in class who want to grow up and be, custodial workers, secretaries, and things like that. Those are excellent professions. And Susan's a hardworking woman. You went through a rigorous interview process. And congratulations, and you too. Welcome to East High School, and thank you very much.
All in favor?
Aye.
Be resolved that the East Essex School District Board of Education approves the virtual enterprise business academy. Students to attend the global business competition and trade fair held in Manhattan from Sunday, April 2nd, 2017 until Monday, April 5th, 2017. Need a motion?
Motion. Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Be resolved that the East Essex School District Board of Education approves 3 selected high school students to participate in the biennial All Eastern Music Festival in Atlantic City, New Jersey, from Wednesday, April 5th, 2017, until Saturday, April 8th, 2017. Need a motion?
Motion. Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Be resolved that the East Essex Board of Education approves the district's 2016-17 academic intervention services plan for the current school year. Need a motion?
Motion. Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Be resolved that the East Essex School District Board of Education approves the revised conflict policy number 8133. Need a motion?
Motion. Second.
Discussion.
Yes. I just want to say, Paul's been with us now, this is his second meeting, and I gotta say something, Paul, you're doing a fantastic job with this stuff, and thank you so much.
He's doing a fantastic job at conference, or?
You guys, it really is.
Confused.
All in favor?
Aye.
Be resolved that the East Essex School District Board of Education approves the revised fireplace policy number 8132. Need a motion?
Motion. Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Whereas the Board of Education of the East Essex School District, Board of Education agrees that participation of students in educational field trips with the funded through monies in the Department of School basic secondary grant representing educational opportunity for students of the school district. Now therefore, be resolved that the Board of Education approves participation of students in the school district to participate in said educational field trips in accordance with the terms and conditions of the grant. And be it further resolved that such field trips shall be hosted by the East Proceeds in collaboration with the school district because the grant requires pay. Members join a consortium to contribute to the improvement and innovation in CTE programs that they could not accomplish individually. B, funds allocated to the consortium shall be used only for purposes and programs that are mutually beneficial to all members of the consortium. And be it further resolved that the school district's customary policies, regulations, and procedures for field trips shall be complied with insofar as applicable prior to the school district submitting documentation to these separate places in conjunction with the field trip. And be further resolved that should separate places in the school district agree to defend and identify and hold harmless each other as officers, directors, agents, and employees against alternatives, demands, actions, lawsuits, costs, damages, and expenses, including attorneys whose judgments fine, and amounts arising from any willful act, omission, error, recklessness, or negligence of the other party, its officers, directors, agents, and employees in connection with the participation of the students in the school district and educational field trips funded by the Perkins Grant through East and Suffolk County in collaboration with the school district. You guys get that? Should we do it again? Can we get a
From B
motion?
down, from B down, please. Motion. Second.
Discussion.
Do we use this grant? Have we used it?
We have. This is the first year that they're saying that we have to use it for transportation. That's they fully make it.
In other words, we're responsible for transportation.
No. So transportation is paid through the grants. We have to make the arrangements through Wilson's.
Aye.
Be resolved, the Board of Education approves the middle school musical assistant advisor to be added to the middle school activity listing with a stipend of $1,891 and the provisions of the EITA as per attached agreement. Any motion?
Motion. Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Be resolved that the Board of Education approves the special Olympics to be added to the activity listing with a stipend of $960 under the provisions of the EITA as per attached agreement. The stipend for 2016-17 will be funded by a donation received from SECRA. Take a motion.
Motion. Second.
Discussion.
Is there anyone interested in these stipends that we're approving tonight? Is there any staff expressed interest?
I'm not sure if we got interest, we have to have the item approved before we do the item post, which we will let you know shortly.
But it's already been
Did-
discussed that,
There is interest,
okay.
we're just waiting to see once this is
It's
finalized.
not going to take, until May.
No. No.
Okay.
And thank you to our friends at SECRA for their very generous donation. We appreciate it. And I believe January 27th is the Snowflake event, which is always a great event. If you're available on the 27th, it's not expensive, it's right here at the Burning Hall in East Islip, and it's always a great event, lots of baskets, and it goes to a great cause like this. So please, if you're available, come on down and have a great event. All in favor? Be resolved that the Board of Education approves the high school buddy social club be added to the activity listing at a stipend of $2,091 for each advisor to attend under the provisions of the EITA as per attached agreement. The stipend will be paid from the 611 grant. Give a motion.
Motion. Second.
Discussion. All in favor? Be resolved that the East Essex Board of Education approves the addition of the new AP course entitled AP Computer Science Principles. Give a motion.
Motion. Second.
Discussion.
Bill Cornwell just said if anybody goes to the Snowflake SEPTA at Hibernian Hall, he'll gladly drive them home if they have too much to drink.
I would.
And thank you, Ms. Jones, once again for your presentation. It looks like it's going to be very fun. All in favor?
Aye.
Be resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education accept the treasurer's report for the month of November 2016. Take a motion.
Motion. Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Be resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education accepts the extra classroom activity funds report for the month of November 2016. Take a motion.
Motion.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor? Aye. Be resolved upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education approves the contract with West Isaac Elementary School District for special education services provided for 5 of our students currently placed in St. John the Baptist located in the district for the 2016-17 school year. The cost will be determined at the end of the school year and will be paid from the general fund. Take a motion.
Motion. Second.
Discussion?
Can we just get a report when the transportation request is made in the next month or so? If the amount of parochial students within the district has increased or decreased versus this year? It seems like every year it's increasing by a few. We're getting triple digits in some of these schools.
Also, Paul, you said something, Paul, about Wednesday was pushed back to this January?
Yes.
You know why they pushed it back?
I think that they went to a new online system, so there were a lot of issues they were trying to work through.
So you'll have those numbers soon?
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Be resolved resolved, the Board of Education approves the health services contract with West Aspen School District for 2016-17 school year. This contract is for the health services provided to 94 of our students who attend St. John Baptist and 3 of our students who attend Our Lady of Lourdes located in the district. Cost per student is $391.10 and the total is $86,464. This expense is paid from the general fund. Take a motion.
Motion. Second.
Discussion.
Sorry, I was on that there, and I asked my previous question.
All in favor? Be resolved that the Board of Education accepts the $500 John Theta art scholarship that will be awarded to a graduating senior who will be pursuing a field study in any of our programs, painting, sculpture, interior design, architecture. John Theta was a graduate of East Essex High School whose dream was to create an online art community. Is John here? Take a motion.
Motion. Second.
Discussion. He said he's coming in future days. Thank you to Mr. Tucker's family for their, the family will be coming. Thank you very much for the generous donation. It's a great cause. All in favor?
Aye.
Be resolved upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education accepts the donation of a Yamaha portable grand keyboard, inclusive of all accessories to the East Essex School District Music Department from Kathleen Allinger. The value of the keyboard is $700. This donation will be a great addition to the music department inventory. Give a motion.
Motion. Second.
Discussion. Thank you, Ms. Allen. All in favor?
Aye.
Be resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education accepts a donation of $4,504.06 from the middle school. This donation is funded by Black Touch for the middle school's participation in this year's fall picture program. These funds will be used to purchase equipment and support program initiatives, laptops. The revenue code to be increased is 2705.000, and the general fund code to be increased is 21102000800. Take a motion.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor? Aye. And thank you, Mr. Lewis. The result is upon your recommendation, the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education approves Robert Schumacher as an additional committee member of the budget advisory committee for 2017 budget amendment period. Take a motion.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Can I just ask a question? Partly because we recently received one of the board members, the committee members resigned. Do we have to then re-adopt the list? Is someone?
Like, we either adopt the list or we just have a resignation.
Yeah, or do we need to have a resolution when we resign, or it's just?
We have in the past,
Yeah, okay.
but certainly we could.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Be resolved that the Board of Education approves the health services contract with Patco Elementary School District for the 2016-17 school year. This contract is for health services provided to 2 of our students who attend an annual Lutheran school located in the Patco Elementary School District. Cost per student is $374.61, and the total is $749.2. This expense will be paid from general fund. Take a motion.
Motion. Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Be resolved that the Board of Education accepts the $250 paid forward scholarship that will be awarded to a graduating senior who will be pursuing a nursing career. The scholarship is being offered by Monica Tasha, who is an East Essex High School alumni that received overwhelming support from East Essex High School over the years and would like to give back to other children. Take a motion.
Motion. Second.
Discussion. Ms. Tasha here? I'd like to thank her for very generous donation. And, all in favor?
Aye.
Be resolved upon the recommendation of Superintendent of Schools, the Board of Education accepted a donation of $960 from the East Hudson Education, Special Education PTO to the East Hudson School District, which will be used to fund a stipend for the private and special interest club, as part of open to students in both middle school and high school. Can I get any motion?
Motion. Second.
Discussion. And thank you once again to SEPTA for the very good information, which is why we all need to give us no vote. Be resolved that upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Board of Education approves the contract modification request to the shared services agreement between the East Hudson Community School District and the Suffolk Coast. Contract modification in the amount of $63,577.78 is for the one-time acquisition of an internet firewall that will support internet speed up to 150 Mbps. And this new firewall will provide generation protection, reliability, and security, as well as accommodate internet speed greater than the current firewall. I guess I should take the AP computer class. Can I get a motion?
Motion. Second.
Discussion.
Folks, we're going to ask you right now, whatever religious persuasion, or if you just cross your fingers, tomorrow, upstate, the Smart Bond Committee's meeting. And this is in preparation for he's trying to bring these guys up to speed with the internet and technology and some of the things what we're looking to do in the classrooms next year. The committee will be meeting, we are 150 schools, correct, Mr. Z? And if we get final approval, it'll be a real big help. So tonight, I don't care what you believe or who you pray to, or just if you have a lucky charm, please put it under your pillow, because approval would really help our students. So this is in preparation. We like to be optimistic. We're assuming we're going to get approval, but any help you can give us and get on Facebook and ask other people to recommend lucky charms, we'll appreciate it. Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Be resolved that upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Board of Education approves the attached list of 2016-17 appropriation changes. Take a motion.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor? Be resolved upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Board of Education accepts the corrective action plan developed in response to the recommendation made to the districts by independent auditors. This correction action plan has been reviewed and is being recommended by the district quality committee. Take a motion.
Motion. Second.
Discussion. Thank you to our audit committee. We spent a lot of time going through this stuff. Thank you for donating your time. And Jennifer, thank you. You get a motion?
Motion.
I did that already.
Did that.
Great,
Yeah.
okay, yes. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Be resolved that upon recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Board of Education approves the second amendment to the license agreement for scope education services for 2016-17 Saturday and enrichment program, which the board approved at the September 29th and December 8th, 2016 meeting. Make a motion.
We go to the second.
Motion. Second.
Motion to table.
Second.
All in favor?
Be resolved upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, Board of Education hereby approves the higher diagnostic and instruction pilot agreement with Griffin Associates LLC for purposes of professional development in regards to the higher ELA and math program for approximately 10 special education teachers. The professional development will take place on January 18th, March 1st, and May 10th, 2017. The cost of the service is $3,500 will be paid in 611 grant. Get a motion.
Motion. Second.
Discussion. All in favor? Be resolved that upon recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Board of Education hereby approves the recommendation of the Committee on Special Education and Committee on Preschool Special Education. Take a motion.
Motion. Second.
Discussion. All in favor? did all that in this time in the superintendent report. Old business.
I don't know how this works. Is old business include Ms. Jones' presentation? Is that what it is?
Whatever you want.
Okay. Whatever you want. I'll let you order. On the presentation, we, it said that 30% of our 8th grade class is an accelerated science program, which is earth science, that's right now.
All right.
What's the percentage going to be? We're trying to create more opportunities. Do we have an idea of what the percentage will be?
We're looking to be close to 50% more or less, depending on the course, as we go through the scheduling and enrollment process.
Okay. And then, are we looking to do the same type of thing with respect to math in the university? Is that something?
We have not started that discussion yet, but it's something that's definitely on the radar.
Okay. All right. That's what it is.
Any other old business?
On the road business, I hate to bring it up again, Steve, you didn't give me the numbers. I know we take in so much money for the homeless, but we now add another one, right? So what are we up to now, 48 or 49?
How many homes?
Yeah,
I think we're at 40.
we're at 40 now. And we get paid for 107?
I think that's right. I don't have the information with me.
Well, no, I'm not asking, could I have the numbers next meeting, please? Because I'd like to know how much was, maybe we can try to get some assemblyman or a senator or something, because it seems to me that we're shelling out more money if we pay, what is it, 30,000 a student? Is that what we get? For what we get?
It's based on non-resident tuition rate and also whether or not the child is special ed or regular ed. And each district has their own tuition rates. Our tuition rates, for example, for regular students are around $15,000. For special ed, it's closer to $30,000 to $39,000.
Did you get those totals for me so I can have them at the next meeting? Thank you.
Then, as we mentioned in the committee reports at this point, you guys are attending recent budget advisory committee met, and we put up a meeting this week, kind of set a new tone and a new focus. So that was, it was very nice to see, we're very eager volunteers of committee members. We have our long-range planning committee meeting next week, and very adopted the resolutions you ought to take care of this. And also, we've been, Dr. Bernie until the 11th, well, 12th of January.
Any other old business? Okay, new business. Oh, hold on, new business?
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Does the fall be anything?
No.
No? Okay. So there's a revised fund balance policy, 6141.
If I could just say a few words about the revised fund balance policy in response to the New York State Comptroller's order that covered the period of July 2013 through March 31st, 2015. There was a recommendation made by the auditors that we revise our fund balance policy to be more specific about the different types of fund balances and also how and when we can utilize those fund balances. So the policy is updated according to our corrective action plan in New York State.
Anybody else? Any other business? Okay, Marie? Thank you. Sorry.
You guys, this part is recorded.
I just have some news here. My name is Dana Canavan. I live